Good morning, and then welcome to the processes you have to follow if you want to make a reservation on the halls management system. To begin with, you first launch your browser and then you visit the URL, which is halls.uew.edu.gh. halls.uew.edu.gh, which I'm assuming if you have access to this video, you're already there. Now, once you are there, you come to login. There are a few things you need to understand. The first thing you have to do is you need to understand the category you belong to as a student. So we have those who are freshers who will be coming in for the level 100s, and then we have those who are progressing to level 200. That's one category. The second category is those who are already in the system. That is those who are progressing to level 300, and those who are progressing to level 400. Now, if you belong to the first category, which is those who are coming, the freshers, and then those who are progressing to level 200, you enter the username, and your username will be your applicant ID, which is the number that was on your admission letter. The number was UEW, and then there is a slash, and then the digits. But for the purposes of logging in into the system, you do not need the UW and then the slash, just the numbers. That is going to be your username. But if you are a continuous student from level 300, 400, what you need is your student number, which you already have. Now, once you enter, let me use the username, you click on continue. Okay, good. If you've already logged in into the system before, you are going to get this. Okay, but if you've not logged into the system before, your interface might be different, especially if it is the first time that you are logging in. So let's look at how that looks like, and then we proceed. So let me come to forgot password, and then let me enter, and then let me click on get new password. Great. So if you've logged in before and you've forgotten your password, you provide your username, and then you click on get new password. Once you do that, the system is going to the system is supposed to change your password and use your date of birth as your index number. So as you can see, your request for new password is ready. Please use your date of birth as your default password and log in into the Goods Hostel application or the Hall application. Okay, so we are done. Now, once you complete the forgotten password, it's going to be like you are logging in for the first time. So this will help the first time user. So let's enter 51315700 and then 3. Okay, and then you click on continue. So let's assume this is the first time you are logging in. Great. Now, if the first time you are logging in, your password is going to be your date of birth, the one that you provided when you are applying to school. So please, there are instances where the cafe attendant might make a mistake if you applied via a cafe attendant. But the point is that the date of birth you provided to the school as your date of birth, that is what is being used as your default password for those who are logging in for the first time. So you select the year. Okay, so for the purposes of this demonstration, let's select the year, the month, and then the day. Okay, and then you click on login. Good. Now once you log in, you have to reset your password. So you click on year, which is 1994, and then the date, which is 30th, and then you specify your password that you want to use. So you have to change it. Okay, and then you confirm it, Once the password matches, you click on change password. Once the password change is complete, it will route you back to the login page, and now you can log in with your new password, and then you can proceed. Let me demonstrate something here. If, for example, you are logging in and then you click on continue and then your index number, it will tell you that account not found. Please check your credentials and try again. Now, if you get this, it's possible your data might not be in the system, or if you enter the wrong index number. So you click on continue, and now the password that we changed, we can now go ahead and then enter that password. Great. So now we can log in. Login successful. So window for reserving rooms is currently open. You have not made any reservations, so let's go to the reservation page. Good. The first thing you do is you need to select the site where you want to make your reservation from. So all the halls in the university has been loaded for your benefit. So we have Agri Hall, we have Ejumako Hall A and then B, and then we have Ejumako Hall C. We also have Gati Hall A, Gati Hall B, Gati Hall C. We have Goose Hall 1 and then Goose Hall 3. Okay. So let's try and reserve a room at Agri Hall. Let's use Agri as an example. So let's click on Agri Hall. Good. Now once you click on Agri Hall, they give you the option to either go to Agri Block A or Agri Block B. Okay. Now if, for example, you select Ejumako Hall, let's say Ejumako, or let's say Gati Hall B. Okay, let's go to Gati Hall B. Good. Now it gives you the option. So as you can see, we have Gati Block B female 1 in a room, and then we have Gati Block B female, which is 3 in a room, and then we have Gati Block B female, which is 4 in a room. Okay, so if you go to Block B, we have allocations for 1 in a room for females, allocation for 3 in a room for females, and an allocation for 4 in a room for females. So depending on your gender, the blocks that you can book rooms from, it's shown to you. Great. So now let's do 3 in a room, or let's do 4 in a room for Gati Block B. Now once you select 4 in a room, it tells you the total amount you are supposed to pay, which is 2,574 for this particular block. And then it tells you the total number of space available, and then the number that has been booked, or what is left to be booked, right? So for Block B, which is 4 in a room, we have a total space of 128, and none has been booked yet, so the available space is 128. So once you are okay with the information, you click on OK. Once you are done, you click on showrooms. So the showrooms gives you all the rooms, and then the floor those rooms are for that particular block that you want to select. So you can select your preferred option. So it tells you that for each room, how many has been booked and how many is remaining. So if you look at the room number, this is Gati Hall B, this is floor 1, room 17. And then we have Gati Hall B, which is floor 1, room 18. If you look at the Gati Hall B, floor 1, room 18, you have, what do you call it? The total booked for this particular room, space 11 and allowed booking. So here, the total number of people that can book is 4. Space left is 4 because no one has booked, and then the total booked is 0. So you can look through all the rooms, and then you can select which you want. If you come here to same thing, you click on OK, show rooms, and then you get to see all the rooms, which is 3 in a room. If it's 1 in a room that you want to, it's there. You can just select show the room. It's only 1 room available. Now assuming you don't want any of these things, and you want, let's say, Goose Hall 1, it gives you the list of every single block that has been allocated to females for Goose Hall 1. So if you want the 4 in a room, okay, if you want 3 in a room, Goose is running 3 in a room, you click on 3 in a room for block C, you click on OK, and you can go ahead and you can click on showroom, which gives you all the rooms here. Okay, so let's select one of these rooms for Goose Hall 1, and then you click on it. When you click on it, it tells you to continue with the selected room. Great. So now you've made your reservation for the hall. Now once you are done, there are payment modes that you can use to make payment. Okay, we have the account name, and then we have the reservation invoice here as well, and then the total number of time you have to make payment before you upload the payment receipts and then confirm. If your payment receipt is yet to be confirmed, you can go ahead and cancel the reservation if you want to, or you can go ahead and you can download your payment invoice. Great. So here you get to see the list of every single account that is associated with the halls. Okay. So if you look at the first one, you have account name, which is Ejumako UW Ejumako Hall. The bank is Aseman Rural Bank, and then the branch is Ejumako, and then this is the account number. Now this is also another account for Ejumako, which is College of Languages Education Ejumako Hall. The bank is Zenith Bank, and then the branch is Kikus, and this is the account number. There's also another account name, which is Simpa Hall UW. Right, so if, for example, your hall is a Ejumako Hall, you have to use some of these accounts to make your payment. If it is Simpa, you use it. If it is Gate, you use it. If it is Goose, you can use this or this. If it is University Hall, you can use this, which is this one. And then if it is Kweji Agri Hall, you can go ahead and use this. Great. Now, once you are done, because reserve Goose Hall 1 will be using the Goose operational account to make the payment, or the Goose hostel account to make the payment, this one or this one. Okay. Once you are done, you will see that you have 1 day 23 hours, which is approximately 2 days to make your payment. But you can go ahead and download your payment invoice. Great. So now we can print our payment invoice. Let me save it to PDF. Good. Let me save it on the desktop. Let's call it Hostel Manager. You can go ahead and you can click on Save. So let's replace it on the desktop. Good. So now you've downloaded our payment invoice. So let's come to the desktop and let's look at our payment invoice, which is the Hostel Manager H. Good. So now if you open the Hostel Manager PDF, you're going to see your payment invoice. It's launching. Let's give it a bit of time. Great. So this is your reservation invoice. Goose Hall 1, Block C, 3 female, 3 in a room, and this is the price you are supposed to pay. Your confirmation status is pending. It's not been confirmed yet. So what happens is that if after the 48 hours you don't make the payment, then the room you've reserved gets released back so that another person can book it. If you want to cancel the reservation, you go ahead and then you can cancel the reservation from here. So let's assume you've gone to the bank, you've made payment. Once you make the payment, you scan your receipt that you had from the bank as a confirmation. So you can scan it. You can use your phone and even take a picture of it as an image, or you can scan it in the form of a PDF file. Once you are done with the payment, currently your confirmation status is pending. Okay. You click on Upload Payment Receipts. The payment mode is bank, of course, is the only one. And then the account you paid in, you have to indicate it here. So the Goose operational account, right? Or the Goose hostel account. So let's do this one. And then you tell them my payment receipt is available, and then you select the file. So let's select this particular file. You click on Upload, and then you can go ahead and then you click on Upload Payment Receipt. So congratulations, your payment has been submitted for confirmation or approval, and then you click on OK. Right? Now once you are done, you can go ahead and click on View Reservation. That's it. So now your confirmation status has changed from pending to submitted. So now you've made your payment and then you submitted it. Okay, so now the hall manager or the one in charge will now have to look at the receipt you've uploaded and confirm if it actually indeed you've uploaded it. And then once they do that, they can go ahead and then confirm it for you. Great. Your confirmation status will now change to approved after they confirm your payment receipts and realize that the payment receipt has actually reflected. Once you come to the dashboard, you can go ahead and then you can download the payment invoice, right, which shows that yes, you've actually made payment, and then you can go ahead and print it. So let's save it as PDF. So this one is, let's make it Hostel Manager 1. Great. So now when you come to the desktop, let me look at Hostel Manager 1 PDF. Let's open it up and see. Great. So now you have this one right here as your reservation invoice. Okay. So on the day of reopening, when you are coming, just bring the invoice. Okay. So once you bring it to the hall attendant will know, okay, fine, this is Goose Hall 1. This is where you reserved and your type is still in the room. And then they will have the room number, which is on floor 5. So which is Goose Hall 1, okay, which is side 1. Block C3, which is a female, on floor 5. Okay, and then it is room 16. They can go ahead and then give you the key. So basically that is the process you go through if you want to reserve an accommodation on the hall management system. Thank you very much, and if there are any concerns, you can let me know in the comment section.